Hi, this video is to go over the interpersonal paper that is due on the last day of our class, which is Monday, June 20th. Because you have a lot of things that will be due at the end of this course, if you would like to submit this paper early, you are welcome to do that. The submission tab is in week 5 of the class. So if you finish this paper during week 3 or week 4 and want to go ahead and get it turned in, just go to week 5 and you can submit the paper. Please make sure that you read through these directions carefully. I will give you a brief overview of my expectations, but you do need to make sure you're reading through the handout. So the purpose of this paper is to take a look at interpersonal communication. This is a small section of our course, but it's probably one of the most important because it's what you engage in on a day-to-day basis with your friends, your family, your coworkers, your classmates. So it's a very important aspect of communication. So the first thing that I would like you to do is to have a conversation with someone you know well. And I do need you to record that conversation. You will not submit the recording, but it does help you to have that recorded. So you could have a conversation with a spouse, a partner, a friend, anybody that you would like, but it should be someone that you know well. And I've given you some examples of what the conversation could look like. I suggest that you have this be a fairly long conversation because most people feel really uncomfortable when they start a conversation when someone says, hey, let's have a conversation. And by the way, I'm going to record it. So let's be supernatural and act like this is what we do every day. That's not usually what happens, so it takes a while for people to ease into the conversation. The reason that I ask you to record the conversation is because you will be referring back to that conversation and using direct quotes within the paper. So what I'm looking for is for you to write a paper that includes 3 ideas from the text. And I've given you some examples of what that could look like. You can use any area of the textbook that you would like, but you do need to use details from both the text and the conversation that you had with the other person that you are talking with. I am looking for a formal paper that is around 8 to 12 paragraphs. So what that might look like is an introduction where you tell us about the person you had a conversation with, give us a little bit of background about who that person is, and then 2 paragraphs for each of the 3 main topics that you choose from the text, and then a concluding paragraph where you talk about what you learned from this experience, what you could potentially apply to future conversations. A lot of times people notice things in the conversation that they may not have noticed otherwise because they're looking at it so in depth. Please make sure that you are using direct quotes and direct reference to both the conversation and the textbook. And again, that is talked about within this handout. If you are not a strong writer, if that's an area that you struggle in, please get this done ahead of time. And you can either send it to me and I'm happy to proofread for you, have someone within your home proofread that for you, or there is a writing center on campus where you could have somebody read through your paper and give you feedback. Again, this is due at the end of the course, but you are welcome to submit your paper early if you would like. If you have any questions or concerns regarding this assignment, please feel free to contact me and I will answer any questions that you have. Thanks.